Hello, I am Rex the dog, and I am now the king of not only the furries, but I am the king of anime. So, this past season, I started watching a bunch of anime. It's something that's kind of eluded me for a long time. It was because of, I guess, a lot of things existing in English language already, and the era I grew up in. There was not a lot of foreign media which was dubbed into English in the same way that exists in like mainland Europe and stuff like that. Like living in Spain now, there's like a big history of anime because anime was just something that was dubbed equally hand in hand with other pieces of media coming from America, the United States, or coming from the UK or wherever. So there's a bit of a tradition of anime in this country. Growing up in the UK, I did not have an exposure to a lot of anime besides kind of the 4Kids stuff. The production house 4Kids, so like the Pokemon dub, the Yu-Gi-Oh dub, Medabots, Beyblade. I don't know. I'm just thinking of stuff off the top of my head. So I never really had association with a lot of anime. I did see some of the kind of like stuff on VHS. Like when that kind of stuff was kind of like hip and like tape trading. So I saw stuff like Evangelion and Akira and Patlabor and Macross and kind of stuff like that. But I've started getting into anime, and I've been catching up with old stuff, like you kind of see with my One Piece reviews I was doing across December. But I was also checking out new anime. So we're gonna do a bit of reflection here on the full 2024 season of anime that just happened, and the stuff that I partook in. So we're gonna kind of look through this list that's on my anime list, and I think it's in order of like popularity. So we'll kind of see what's up. So Dandadan, I watched Dandadan. I watched all of Dandadan. It's like a super natural show with aliens about these like two kids in high school. So there's like the guy who believes in ghosts but not in aliens, and no, it's the other way around. The guy believes in aliens but not ghosts, and the girl who believes in ghosts but not aliens, and they end up embroiled in this like supernatural war between like yokais and aliens coming in UFOs, and it's really funny, and it's really really stylish. It's by a studio called Science Saru, who I did because I'm a big Scott Pilgrim fan. I watched the Scott Pilgrim anime that they did, and it was really stylish in that, and the animation in this is really really stylish as well, and the use of music and stuff like that. I had a good time with Dandadan. It's kind of the show, I'm the king of the anime now, but like it's me kind of speaking as somebody who's put their foot in anime. It seemed to be like the big show everybody was talking about. It was cool to kind of be a part of that and watching that week by week and talking with people and whatever. Dandadan was cool. I would recommend Dandadan. It's like 12 episodes. It's coming back for more, I think, in June. And it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. The main cast characters are really fun. It's got like a nice energy to it. Feels useful. I like it a lot. The next thing we got here is we've got ReZero Season 3. Now, I've not watched ReZero Season 3, but I did watch the... Did I watch the first two yet? I think I might have watched the first two seasons of ReZero. I definitely watched the first season. I did not totally vibe with ReZero. I don't know whether these new episodes are great. I know it's something that's incredibly popular, hence why it's the top of kind of this popularity chart here for the full 2024 anime season. But I did not super love ReZero and this isekai genre, which I've kind of learned about, which is where characters are kind of plucked from everyday lives and go to a fantasy world, and they quite often got... A lot of them seem to, at the moment, have, like, video game elements as well. So the deal with ReZero is this character, he's plucked into this, like, fantasy world, and when he dies, he, like, respawns at, like, his last save point, and so he keeps, like, redoing stuff to try and get the best possible outcomes, because all the characters he's associated with are in real danger, and they're dying and stuff all the time, and he's trying to affect them, and he's got... there's a girl that he loves, and there's like a love triangle going on, and it kind of gets in all that sort of stuff. It seems like with a lot of these animes and isekais, they're like wish fulfillment fantasies. So the main character is quite sort of like bland and ordinary, and it's meant to be like, oh, that's me, the viewer, and he gets plucked into this world where like he's surrounded by girls and magic powers and power scaling, and I don't really vibe with it. I don't really engage with storytelling as a means of self-insertion or like Mary suing or things like that. So this doesn't really work for me as a thing. I mean, I didn't watch this third season. Maybe it was great. I don't know. Whatever. Blue Lock versus the under-20s. Is it the under-20s trend? I know, I didn't watch this. I've seen clips of it. It's like a football or soccer for you guys. It's like a football anime, and the animation is terrible. And there's like, it looks like PNGs like dragging across the screen at sometimes. I didn't watch that though. That's just my assessment. Uzumaki. Okay, so this is I've forgotten the name of the guy. I think he's called Ito. And he's like a dude. This is me trying making up stuff about anime. This guy making Ito. He does like all this horror stuff, which is like kind of cool. I've got some like Magic the Gathering cards where like he's been like a guest artwork on them for Phyrexians and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. I've kind of like vibed with his stuff. You've probably seen like some of his horror stuff before in like memes. This was I think it was like Adult Swim co-production. Dude, it's only 4 episodes, and I could not make it through the 4 episodes because the animation quality on this, I don't know if it's just really low budget or it's the studio or whatever. It was just really not good to watch. There we go. 2 back-to-back I didn't want to watch because of the animation. Bleach. Okay, so Bleach was like part of the big 3. I'm aware of this, right? So we had like Naruto, which I've seen all of Naruto, actually. We got Naruto, we got One Piece, which I'm up to date on. We have the show called Bleach, which is these big 3 shonen anime, which is like anime for like action anime series for boys. That's kind of the, obviously anyone could enjoy anything, but that was kind of the demographic it's aimed at, right? So like young boys, action anime series, manga series, and then adapted to anime. Bleach was one of the big ones there. They stopped the show before like it got to the final story arcs, and they've revisited this. I think it's on like Disney Plus and stuff. It's like really mainstreamly available. This new series they're doing. It's meant to be really good. I'd like to catch up on Bleach. Is that worth my time? Is anybody like a Bleach head out there? Can you tell me a bit more Bleach? Should I watch Bleach? Because it's like an investment, right? But this is going to be cool. And the clips I've seen of it looks kind of cool. I don't know. Here we got Ano Haku. I don't know what the hell that is. I did not watch that. I don't know what these are. I don't know what those are. I didn't watch those. Okay. Stuff that I know about. So this here, Orb, on the movements of the earth. This was great. So this was by Madhouse Studio. I'm trying to remember what they did, but there was stuff I watched from them before that I thought was kind of cool, like stuff on Netflix. But this is really cool. So it's kind of set like in. It's set during like the like sort of like the headbutting of the theological scholars and astronomers. So it's kind of like a fictionalized version of what happened in like Poland and Europe in the transition between the what are we talking about? The geocentric model of the universe, right, to heliocentric. So you've got this this kid who's like he's like best in his class and all this. He's a bit sort of Machiavellian, and he kind of like puts on a front to be like the best student and all this sort of thing, and also like present himself in the best way possible that isn't totally honest. But anyway, he gets tasked with like escorting this this prisoner who was a scholar who was arrested by the church for his declarations of the universe being a heliocentric model, right? So the sun's at the middle, and we orbit the sun, and the sun orbits other things, and our galaxy orbits blah 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 blah, right? Instead of just being like God created Earth, it's at the middle, blah blah blah, everything goes out. And it's kind of like a fictionalized version of that. And this kid comes to the realization, it's like, oh, the most terrifying thing I realized was like I watched the retrograde motion of the planets, and I make all these notes and stuff, and I realize it's true. So it's I what I've found with anime is like these isekais and whatever these like magical things are that are above me on the screen right now. I'm not super interested in those, but I found these historical ones because I caught up on another one called Vinland Saga, which was about like the Danes and the Anglos like fighting each other and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. So I think anime for like these sort of historical stories seems to be working really well for me and really vibing with me. But this right here, out of these shows I've mentioned so far, this is the best one. This is definitely the best one. Is it for everybody? No. I would say that probably the most like accessible and fun, exciting one is Dan to Dan so far. But this Orb show on the Movements of the Earth, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's just like animated drama, set in a really interesting era of history. I really enjoyed that. I did watch this, the One Half Ranma remake from Studio Mappa. I watched that. It was a remake. Really funny, really goofy. It's a classic. I was aware of this from like the manga way back. Like that was one of those mangas that you kind of saw, like One Half Ranma and Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball, and all these sort of like 80s mangas that made their way, translated and in published paperbacks and stuff all over the 90s. I remember One Half Ranma, and I was aware there was a show. I didn't really see it. I watched this remake here. It's by Studio Mappa, who are one of these like top tier studios who are out there. And the animation was really, really good. It was really funny. They modernized it like a little bit. And it was a really fun show. I enjoyed watching that. I enjoyed One Half Ranma. Anything else that I saw here? I watched this. You Are Miss Servant. I don't know why I watched this. I think I was just looking at the list of like popular airing anime, and that was up there. It was like this again. It kind of feels like weird sort of like wish fulfillment stuff, but the show was fine, I guess. This boy wakes up and there's like a girl who's like there, and she's like, I'm your maid now. And it turns out like she's an assassin, and so you've got all that kind of like assassin and her past and her trauma and all that kind of bubbling on one side, and then the other stuff of like her learning to like love and be loved by this boy and all this sort of thing. And a lot of this stuff, it just feels like wish fulfillment again kind of stuff for me. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like this really cute girl appeared on my doorstep who would have to do anything I said. I don't know, man. Not for me. What else we got here? I don't know what these things are. I didn't watch them. Okay, we got Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online 2. Okay, I did not watch this, but I did watch the first year of Sword Art Online, so I'll kind of just like touch on that a little bit. I don't know what this new one's all about, but the deal with Sword Art Online it's another one of these isekais. So the idea of somebody gets dropped into a different world. All these people get sucked into this like MMORPG, and our main character, like he meets a girl and blah blah blah, and it gets kind of weird. Because, like, this girl he meets, like, they find, like, this and I think they're meant to be, like, 15 or something. I don't know. But they find this, like, computer program, and they adopt this computer program, which is, like, aged as a little girl, and it calls them, like, mommy and daddy all the time, and and they, like, roll with it. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Sword Art Online was kind of fine. Like, the action was kind of fun. I guess the world was kind of interesting. I suppose if you really like MMORPGs, you'd be like, oh, whoa, this is cool. But again, maybe it's like a wish fulfillment thing, which isn't my vibe. What else about Sword Art Online? Yeah, and then the second half of the first season, they go into a different game, which was like this elf game. Or they're flying around with ears and stuff like that. And it really lost me at that point. Well, there we go. Sword Online. Maybe I'll talk about these sort of things again later. I don't know what those are. We're probably getting into the section of the fall 2024 anime that I did not touch at all. Yeah, Dragon Ball Daima, I watched a few episodes of that. I thought that was kind of cute. It's I think it's like set directly after the original Dragon Ball like saga. So Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Daima comes before this new like super stuff that they're in at the moment, and they all get wished into being kids, into kid bodies again. Can you just wish for people to die? Is that against the rules of the Dragon Ball? Because I don't know why they don't just wish Goku to be dead. But anyway, they all get wished into being kids, and it's kind of just like fun because then it kind of harkens back to the original Dragon Ball series before it got like incredibly edgy, and it's a bit more fun, and there's a lot more like goofy talking animals. I think it's really fun. I thought it was kind of cool. If you like Dragon Ball, you probably totally love it. And I didn't watch anything else. Yeah, so in the 2024 full anime season, my introduction to it, Dan, I tried out ReZero. I tried out Uzumaki. I tried out... I watched Orb. Orb was cool. I watched Ranma. I thought that was fun. I watched You Are Miss Seven. That was honestly a waste of my time. I tried out Sword Art. I tried out Dragon Ball Daima. There we go. So that's kind of me hopping into the world of anime. And what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna maybe sort of like keep this up as a thing that I kind of do and I mess around with. So I'm gonna do my preview of the fall of the winter 2025 season, and it'll be interesting if people kind of give me recommendations of things that they think are cool, they think are worthwhile checking out and stuff like that. And just kind of like continue my anime journey until as long as I want it. You know what I mean? As long as I'm kind of getting a little bit of value and interest from it. But there you go. Something a bit different today. There's always something a bit different here. Is what is this channel? What am I even doing here? As always, comments. We like them. We like to talk. All right. Peace out. Bye bye bye.